there's something that I experienced recently, and it's the difference between provision and leadership. I think men with the provision, which is providing for your wife, I think we have mastered that because of our income. The job has allowed us to buy the woman all these things and give her desires and the things that she wants on a daily basis. And we can provide a lifestyle for her that is pleasing to a woman. But that is not by our own hands sometimes. That is because of the decisions that we've made in the past that has led us to being financially stable. And a lot of us do feel like our hands are able to create this provision and not the Lord. But we don't depend on God enough as men. We tend to um go off of our own skills and our own trades and our own mind to try to provide for our women. And we don't give the Lord no credit for that, no glory for that. And of course, the outcome of that is a distorted version of leadership because you're not letting our Father in heaven guide you in your steps on providing for your woman. And so that mind frame distorts leadership because you can't have provision and leadership done perfectly without knowing who Jesus Christ is. So one of those things tend to become distorted, and it's always leadership because provision is something that can be done with your own hands by your own decisions. If you have a good job, you can provide. But the leadership part is what lacks because you have to have understanding of who Jesus Christ is in order to lead correctly. If you don't know Jesus Christ, you will not lead correctly. And let me tell you guys what leadership is. Leading a woman, you can't lead a woman without her. She plays a major role in leading you because how can you take care of a person or how can you lead a woman, first of all, without sacrificing yourself? Jesus Christ had to sacrifice himself and he had to come down on our level to wash feet and practice humility because he knows that he is the Almighty Father. But he came down into flesh and dwelt among us and seen our sins and felt temptation. He didn't have to do that. But there was a lot of humility practiced in that moment that made him come down to us. Imagine being a very wealthy man but dwelling amongst the homeless in the streets, sitting with them, being outside with the homeless, being hot all day, talking to them and caring for them and experiencing what they experience every day. When you could get up, get in a nice car, go and grab a steak, they can't do that. But you walk with them and you feel what they felt while they are living their homeless life for that day and for days on end. That takes humility. People have to see you. You have this status in life where you become this wealthy man and you have to be seen by people being with the homeless for days on end. That takes great humility. And that's what Jesus Christ did for all of us. So, with that being said, as a husband, you can't lead your wife without knowing who she is and knowing what she needs and what she desires. Your wife, even if she's not Christian, she's not holy, she's not, paying attention to things of the Lord, our Father, will still use her to speak to you. If you are connected to Jesus Christ, our Father will talk to you through her. And a lot of the times, if our leadership is distorted, we think that the wife is just giving us a suggestion on how to do certain things. But honestly, God is telling you what to do in order to make things right. And we disregard the woman's suggestions because we are the man. We feel more powerful. We make the money. We are outside all the time where she may be at home and we're experiencing life hands on. So we think we know more. But it's not about what she knows. It's about how the Lord will use her as a vessel in a marriage. And guys, we mess up with that. We do. because the wife's suggestion could be totally off of our way of thinking, but it's the perfect plan at the same time. We don't even see how it could work, but in order for you to lead her correctly, you have to listen to your wife. Your wife is wisdom. The Lord will speak through her. I want to give you guys an example. Well, better yet, I want to give you an assignment. Let your wife listen to your wife this week. Hear what she has to say, her suggestions. If you want to go and get a steak dinner tonight, and she may say, I think I want pasta. Don't disregard that, because the Lord is trying to lead you in a direction. And you say, hey babe, yeah, let's go get pasta. Let's do that. And she feels secure in her thoughts, while also you're being led by the Lord to go and take a different route, because it's very possible that you would have disregarded her and said, hey, nah, I don't want no pasta. We're going to get steak, in your masculinity and your leadership role, thinking that you are doing the right thing by being domineering. And you go to that steakhouse, and then temptation starts, and you see a woman and you can't take your eyes off of her. And now you're lusting. Or maybe the same for her. You put her in a situation now where she sees a man treating his wife a certain way, and now she wants that instead of wanting you, because you disobeyed the Lord through him using her as a vessel. It's deep, and it happens all the time, man. It happens all the time, because even though your wife is sitting there and she's being your wife, she has feelings that's hard to explain. When the Lord is using her to talk to you and you're not listening to it, it's a feeling that she has deep down of insecurity, because no matter what she says, she knows that it's not going to happen. No matter how she feels, she knows that it's not going to be corrected. And you just go along, you're paying the bills, and you're thinking in your mind that she should be appreciative that you're doing these things for her. And in her head, she's like, well, I can do without certain things if I felt more secure, because being monetarily stable is not security. It is a form of security, but it's also a half full cup. It's not overflowing. It's not complete without the leadership and her feeling secure in your decisions. And she wants to feel heard. Being a leader really is also being a servant at the same exact time. You lead her the way you serve her. She feels confident, you feel confident. You know each other. You can predict what each other's gonna say. You know how she's feeling. You know she knows what you're feeling. And you refine each other. And you start to cater to each other. And when you start to cater to each other, that's when you become one.